This is a bike that almost needs no introduction, the CRF 1100 Africa Twin, the pinnacle of Honda's adventure bike range. I've been lucky enough to go on many adventures on this bike, and I must admit it's dear to my heart. It never ceases to blow me away. There's no question that this is a bike that's designed for big adventures. When the latest generation of Africa Twin was released, it was 1000 cc's. With this new model, it's now 1100. That gives an increase in power and a considerable increase in torque. Peak power with this model is 75 kilowatt with a stonking 105 Newton meters of torque. It's got a revised cylinder head, larger valves, longer stroke, and the new motor is actually 2.5 kilograms lighter than the previous model. The Honda engineers managed to shave 4 kilograms off this model compared to the 1000, thanks to other changes like this aluminium subframe. When combined with that added power, this bike is an absolute weapon, both on and off-road. For off-road, you've got a nice upswept muffler here, and the sound is just unbelievable. It's an interesting thing because this bike is the pinnacle of power in the Honda adventure bike range, but it's so easy to use. All the way from that lowest RPM, it pulls really smoothly and it just increases at a really linear rate, which makes a really high horsepower bike really easy to use and a whole lot of fun. To help you get the most out of this awesome power, you get the option of a wide range of rider modes. Tour gives you heaps of power when you've got a passenger and you're loaded up with heaps of luggage. Urban mode gives you mid-level power to help you when you're weaving in and out of traffic. Gravel mode dials the power and the engine braking right down and switches the ABS into an off-road setting. And off-road mode ups the power a little bit and gives you the option of turning the ABS completely off on the rear. And one of the things that I really love about this Africa Twin is the option of having 2 customizable user modes, which means that you can have the exact setting that you want on the road and the exact setting that you want off the road. Here in New Zealand, the Africa Twin is available with the DCT transmission, basically turning it into an awesome automatic with the option to use paddle shifts if you like. Or you could go with the more traditional 6-speed manual like this one here. Whichever option you choose, you know it's going to be reliable. It just depends on the riding experience that you're looking for. For stopping power, you got twin 310mm discs on the front with 4-pot calipers and a 256mm disc on the rear. As for suspension, up front you've got this awesome 45mm Showa fork with 230mm travel. On the rear, ProLink aluminium swing arm based on the 450R motocross bike. Both the fork and the shock are fully adjustable, compression, rebound, preload, and what I really love is how you can just turn a little plastic knob on the side here to adjust the preload on the shock. And as for your wheels, you've got that 21-inch on the front, your 18-inch on the rear, which I really love for your off-road riding. But what really surprises me is how well this bike handles on the road despite the big front wheel. There's really just no compromise. Sitting on it, it is a taller bike, but you'd expect that having a massive 250mm ground clearance. But what I really like is the fact that I can adjust the seat from standard, which is 870, down to 850, no tools required. It's really easy to reach everything, whether you're sitting down or standing up, and it's actually quite narrow through the knees, giving you heaps of room to move when you're going through those river crossings or up those rocky hills. It's got a full colour 6.5-inch TFT touchscreen. I really love this touchscreen because it's so much easier to navigate through all the display settings, even with my gloves on. You've got your USB charging port for your GPS or your phone, and that screen is just so easy to see whether you're sitting down or standing up. This bike comes standard with a short windscreen, which is perfect for off-road riding. You're not going to bang your head on it when you suddenly come over a rise. But then when you sit down and you're on the road, you've still got ample protection from the wind, especially these wide fairings which are protecting your legs. When you're touring, you need good headlights, and these massive dual LED headlights are going to help show you the way. And you've got the self-cancelling indicators. The standard version has an 18.8 litre fuel tank, but if you're going to do a lot of touring, the sport version comes with a much bigger 24.8 litre tank. This is a bike that will take you anywhere. I've had endless hours of fun, weaving through forest trails and picking the front wheel up over logs, riding through rivers and doing the big open tour rides. It always blows me away how much fun you can have on such a big motorcycle. If you are looking for a big bore adventure bike with plenty of legs on the road and endless capability off the road, the Africa Twin is hard to beat. Check one out at your local Honda dealer.